is a great background. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Yes, your friendly neighborhood K-senpai is back. I just want to say sorry about the wait for the video, but I've been really busy with working on my kanki mask that I've been selling. I've sold 2 so far and I only have 1 left to sell. So if you guys are watching this, thank you so much for just ordering through me and supporting me as an artist and supporting my channel. So thank you so much. If you guys are new here, hello, my name is Kay, otherwise known as K-senpai, and I believe that I have a speech impediment. I haven't actually been able to go in and get it diagnosed, but it really shows through my videos, so sorry in advance. I make cosplay videos as well as videos about my cats and just other random stuff. So if you guys enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot. I also low-key really need to get my watch time up, so go ahead and watch my other videos. My last video was about... No, I'm just completely lost it. Wow. What was my last video about? Why I cosplay. There we go. Oh my god. My last video was about why I cosplay and kind of the misconceptions about cosplay and cosplay community. So if you guys want to watch that, go ahead and check it out. I will leave it down in the description below, or you can just look at my channel and watch everything. Yeah, let's dive in, because I got a lot to explain here. So a little backstory behind this cosplay. I started making it about 4 or 5 years ago in like 2015. It was because of my friend who had set up a steampunk pirate cosplay group kind of thing. And her name is Captain Cookie. She also has, well, that's not her name, her cosplay name. Anyways, she has an Instagram and a bunch of really amazing pictures, and she's just amazing. She's really talented with makeup, and I'll put up a few pictures here too. But this is pretty much thanks to her because she started this whole pirate crew thing for Steampunk. She is the captain, Captain Cookie. A couple of our friends had already chosen positions and stuff, but as the years have gone by, they've kind of fallen out of the crew and whatnot. So I messaged her about a month ago or so and I was like, hey, what crew positions are still available for your pirate ship, Captain Cookie? And she told me that pretty much no one besides her kept up with it, so I was a little sad by that. But I was able to choose my position for her pirate ship, which was Quartermaster. And I feel like it's really fun and also kind of important for developing your character when you're doing steampunk, is kind of getting a base of what they're like or what they act like and what they're gonna look like, and maybe just a little bit of background, so then it's easier for you to piece all the different pieces of the costume together. So that's what I'm going off of here. I decided to name my steampunk character Drexel. I was debating on whether or not I wanted him to have long hair or short hair, because I feel like he's kind of androgynous, but I decided after ordering a really long blue wig, I decided that I wanted to cut it off. And I restyled it so it was shorter, but the way that it came packaged before, I don't know if I have a picture of it, but it was like tied up in a ponytail, or is meant to be tied up, so the hair wasn't laying flat. After just kind of letting this costume sit for a while, I finally picked it up again, and I ended up cutting up the wig a little bit more, which you guys will see, and finally kind of pieced everything together. So that's what this video is. Use your own creative freedom, use whatever you can get your hands on, as long as it can be pieced together and words and it completes your vision for your cosplay, then it should work. So I also feel like since Halloween is coming up, this isn't exactly the most traditional thing to do for costumes, but it's a pretty cool alternative. Another thing that I want to explain a little bit is that for one of my props for my costumes, I bought, or I guess my friend bought for me, a genuine leather jacket. If I was making this cosplay now, I definitely wouldn't have had her spend that much money on that for me. I feel like that was a lot, and it's still a lot now. And also, I probably wouldn't have bought real leather I would have bought fake leather. So don't be mad at me, but it's a real leather jacket and it's amazing and it's very beautiful. It's just one of those things that I'm never gonna get rid of, but I ended up buying it anyways. So yeah. There we go. I also made a pretty big prop for this cosplay that I didn't make beforehand when I was working on this, which was a gun sword. It probably could have turned out better, but I was able to include it in this tutorial, so stay tuned for that as well. I think it turned out pretty awesome. But I forgot to record an words. My speech impediment is showing. Lost my train of thought. That's great. We're going to be doing a voiceover for this video, so I'm sorry if you guys don't like my voice, but neither do I, so we're in the same boat here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the video. Alright, it is voiceover time. Hello again. Right here we have a thing that I bought at an anime convention and never ended up using it. So it sat in storage for a really long time and it got disgusting, so I cleaned it off really well and replaced the strap on it because the old one was ugly. I used the old fastener on it or whatever, so it stays together pretty well, and this is just a little before so you guys can see what I do to it and what I change on it, and it also had chains on it but I already ripped it off, so you'll see those in a second. I'm sure you could find something similar to this online for pretty cheap, so if you don't want to make it yourself or you don't want to spend a lot of money, I'm sure there's something you can customize yourself. But I don't know, I just bought this, okay? Cat, what are you doing? I mean, you're too cute, I can't. But the mask is mine though, so I'm just gonna thank you. There was a lot more pieces to this than I thought, so I went ahead and showed you guys how I disassembled it, and here are the old chains that were very badly put on with hot glue. I could do a way better job, guys. Yeah, this is just what I had to do to take it apart and clean it to make sure it wouldn't get me sick or anything. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with the little silver screw-on things on the outside, and I went ahead and repainted those silver and added some gold, teal, and red splotches so it'll look a little bit cooler and to go with my cosplay. Which, to show you guys a little sneak peek of, here's a bracer that I was working on. It kind of goes with it, but we'll get to that later. But my whole basic color scheme is red, gold, and teal. And here we have the mask. I added some gold and teal to the skull and the rose, and then I went ahead and did some light dry brushing of gold on the whole mask. Of course, if you're painting anything, you would definitely want to put a clear coat on it, so I did that for the metal rings, but not for the mask because I liked the matte-ish look the mask had underneath the gold. So next I went ahead and added the silver chains to the rings, which I liked a lot better than the black ones, and I hot glued them on there nicely and made them look pretty, which it wasn't before. So this is the gas mask thing all done. So this was the bracer that you guys kind of saw a sneak peek of. I put this together like 4 years ago or so, just out of Warbler, craft foam, and random things from the craft store, which you can see those eyeballs, that bracelet that was not a hello cat, the bracelet that was not a bracelet. So I went ahead and started repainting it red because it matched way better with my outfit and just my overall theme. If you guys are curious to see a bracer tutorial, I will go ahead and link Kamui Cosplay's channel because she has a ton of great armor tutorials out there, and I know she for sure has a bracer one, so go check her out, she's amazing. But you guys already kind of saw the bracer, so I'm just gonna kind of cut to it. Yeah, here we go, bam. Basically what I did is I added 2 coats of red and then shaded everything with some black, painted the Warbler black. Hello, Kira. You're so cute with your little bandana, oh my god. Okay, anyways, gold and teal to the black so it looks metal. You guys can see it. It makes sense to me. It should be good, right? I feel like normally you would have a closure for something like this, but it stays on my arm pretty well, and it doesn't really want to come off at all. Yeah, it's good. Don't worry about it. So with the gas mask and the bracer done, we move on to yet another prop for this cosplay, which any steampunk thing has tons of props, so we're gonna be doing holsters with this purse, this really old purse. My basic plan for this is to make a double holster for these 2 very fake wooden pirate guns that I have that are supposed to be Edward Kenway replicas. I
think. Anyways, and another strap for another prop that I have. I just have a lot of props, okay? Don't worry about it. But this big long strap here I'm gonna use for an over-the-shoulder strap and make it a little bit longer, and then the rest of the purse I have to use for this whole leg thigh strap situation. So let's get to that. So here I have deconstructed the whole purse, and I left the zipper intact because I want to use that, but here's the whole bottom of the purse. And I'm going to kind of, I really didn't know how to come at this, but this is the over-the-shoulder strap. I just attached a chain to it and a couple clips, and I think that'll be good to go. For this thigh holster thing situation, I wanted to have a pocket on it, so I'm gonna fold this into a square-ish shape. It's not gonna really make sense until later, but those rings will be on the sides of it, and that will be the back. These are the guns that I was talking about. Very, very, very fake. And we're just gonna be working with these. So in order to help this new thigh pocket situation, I have hot glued the edges of the inside of this. So when I fold it, it'll have more of a crease and it'll look more square-like, because before it had no shape. So I used the back of the purse to kind of be a platform to put the guns on. And I still need to add a pocket and stuff to that, but I wanted to see how much fabric I would have left. The zipper still works, thank God, so I have 2 pockets. Now we're going to be attaching the square pocket to the back of the purse, technically, but it'll go against your thigh. The guns will be situated like this, and then the bottom part of the purse I have reformed, I guess, and it's going to be a strap over on them like this. You're going to have to sew this stuff because hot glue doesn't want to stick to this, so have fun with that. So this is what I have so far for the basic function of the thigh holster thing. I have used the rest of the bottom of the purse to put a bottom on the square thing. I'm really bad at this. So I was just kind of basically making really, really cheap ways to have this function without too much work. So I had clothing safe safety pins and a couple hooks and chains, and we're gonna call this good. Basically everything is attached in some way, shape, or form by hot glue, sewing, or clothing safe safety pins. Or chains in this case. So really whatever works for you is the whole point of this, so just make it work and do whatever you think looks good. Finally, for this top part, I'm just going to add a closure of Velcro. I don't feel like adding a liner to that because it's even more work, so I just added some final details that I got from the craft store, and I'm going to call this part done. Now we're going to move on to probably the most time-consuming part of this video, which is the gun sword. Yes, I swear I can never get not interrupted in these videos. I basically wanted to repurpose this old wooden Sasuke sword because it's falling apart and it's chipped in a bunch of places. The hilt for the handle is loose. Shaky, shaky. And the cat seems to also enjoy. Do you like? Cat like? Both the cats like. Alright, enough of playing with the adorableness. Oh no, I broke it! Just kidding. I couldn't actually rip it out of there, so I did that. So now what I've done so far is poorly rolled together just one layer of Warbler to make a cylinder for the whole gun part that's going to go on top. I didn't have a whole long enough sheet, so I had 2 that I'm just going to kind of piece together. And I'm sorry if you don't have Warbler, but I have a whole bunch of scraps that I'm going to piece together into a turd. Just kidding. This is going to be the start of the hilt for the handle. I used a whole bunch of my old Warbler scraps and heated them up together, and I'm just going to kind of shape them into the shape of the handle, or the hilt, whatever it's called, I don't know. You guys, it's actually starting to look like a hilt for a sword, whatever it's called. But pretty much just keep adding pieces, make sure it's secure, and then we're going to work on the top part. Just kind of put pieces on there, a bunch. I'm still calling this a tutorial because I am showing you kind of what I'm doing, but also not everything that I'm doing. It's kind of just using what you have and making it work, putting things, places that you think would be cool. Just keep adding pieces and keep looking at it and just keep working on it until you're happy with it. But before we do that, time to get distracted by Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, let's get back to work. I have coffee, I have other drinks, and liquids, and yeah, let's work on this. I went ahead and covered the handle and part of the sword so far with craft foam. It's just wait 1 second. So I went ahead and added some craft foam to the sword so far, and we're just gonna kind of be putting pieces on there. I know it looks weird, but just hold on. We're gonna slowly be adding pieces to make it look more and more like an actual steampunk gun sword. And now I have finally measured out and added the pieces that are actually gonna stabilize the sword and the gun part. And now I have also added the warbler parts of the handle and hilts and little trigger. I used a combination of carving through the craft foam and heating the warbler up to that and using hot glue to attach these. And now that we've finished one Pirates of the Caribbean movie, on to the second one. We're just gonna watch all of them. But back to work on the sword. Now I'm going to be adding some lights, which I got this one for free with a pack of tea lights that I ordered for my Fiddlesticks cosplay, which I still had a bunch of left over. They are bright green, and I'm gonna still figure out what to do with them. I think I'm gonna put them there. Yeah, I'll put them there. Next, I made a little topper for this light so it wouldn't be so obvious that it's just a little battery light, and it's gonna be kind of like a scope-ish thing going on. Added some more craft foam pieces, and I'm just gonna keep layering away until this thing looks a little bit better. But the light looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I don't know, I just like blue. Blue's my favorite color. I'm not really sure what to do now. But I decided to keep going and keep adding pieces. I added some to the length of the whole sword, and I added some more details to make it look not so much like craft foam. Alright, enough with the Pirates of the Caribbean. I went ahead and added the lights on. They just screw into place, so you can turn them on like that and turn them off like that. They are pretty bright, so I think I'm going to add a little bit more to it. But yeah, that's really bright. But here it is so far. Alright, so I've added on a couple more eyes that I had left over, and I've added spots to put rivets, which at the end of this, I totally forgot to put them in there, but it still looks cool either way. But I'm kind of going for imperfection, battle-worn sword look. Not everything on here is straight or perfect or neat, but I feel like that goes with the whole kind of pirate steampunk theme that I have going on here. I originally wanted to make the gun sword look a little bit like the guns that I already had, but I found it very hard to actually do the detail on top of there, so we're just going to do a little editing magic. Put a little cover on top of the lights that I'm going to be painting blue later on. That's just blue craft foam, but it lights up really well, and just adding the black just really brings everything together. I went ahead and painted the handle reddish, leatherish kind of color to make it go with the rest of my outfit, and I need to add something here. I forgot to put something there, but we're just going to add something and see how it goes. And just 1 second. Editing magic and go! I went ahead and added these electric wires. Hello, cat. You're so cute. Mochi! Sorry. Okay, back to the sword here. I added these little wire pieces and painted them gold along with the top of the sword. It's like a gold-silver mix, but now we're gonna... Hello, Kira. She's very intrigued. I went ahead and painted the brackets silver and started to just kind of match everything up. But it is looking really cool so far. Yes, it's messy, but I'm gonna clean it up later. Mochi. Wait. What am I gonna do? I'm sorry, I have to move you. There we go. Okay. And editing magic in 3, 2, 1. Bam. So I cleaned everything up, and I added some major weathering to it to hide all of my imperfections. And this is the moment that I realized I forgot the rivets. But that's okay, it still looks really cool, and we're just gonna call this pretty much done. I added a little chain to the elastic part so it would look a little bit better, and yeah, I just really like the way this turned out. Along with the weathering on the metal, I added black and teal, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And now with that finally being done, we're going to move on to the wig, which I have saved for last because I didn't want to. I just simply did not want to. This is what it looks like so far. When I originally got this, like 4 years ago. It was a really, really long wig, and I chopped it a bunch, and I thought I would call it good. But it still needs a bit more work, as you can see. There's no styling to it really, and the back of it, since the way it came originally, sticks up kind of far, kind of like Sasuke hair. But I added a braid, and I had these beads that broke off already. This wig is just a mess, okay? But I'm gonna try the boiling water method, which I think will work just fine on this wig. I tested it just to be sure it wouldn't ruin it, and it seemed to work just fine. So, and here it is in the shower. Beautiful little thing. Dry, my pretty, dry. And along with my face, this wig is looking pretty rough. I have no makeup on, and this wig has no styling to it, so let me go ahead and try to do something about that. I kind of see a vision for this wig, but let's just see. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, it's not perfect, but I feel like it looks a lot better. Of course, when I style my wigs, I use Got To Be Glued. It is one of the best hairsprays that I have found to use for wigs. It makes them like cement, and you can even glue the wig hairs to your face, like I did there. But yeah, let's go ahead and put on the rest of the outfit. I think we're missing something. But we have to clean up all the blue wig hair that we have all over the bathroom floor now. And with that cleaned up, we're gonna move on to the outfit. So we have to start with the bare basics here, and you might be wondering what these are. These are binders. Well, the black one is. This one is a V-neck binder that I got from Underworks, and it's a little dirty, and just don't pay attention to that, okay? I use this other slip that I got from Target, I think, that's really, really old and ripped up. Just don't pay attention to that either, okay? I put it on over top of the other binder backwards and fold it up over itself to contain my titas. I don't know if the binder is really old or if it's just because I have big boobs, but one binder does not cut it for me. So to get a very flat and manly appearance, I have to use 2 binders. So that's step number 1 for me. Alright, the next step is to focus on the shirt, which I have gotten just a very simple black shirt that is 3/4 length sleeves, so then I don't even have to worry about rolling it up. It just stays there, and we're all good to go. Next on, we have these pants, which yes, I am that person that has a bullet belt, but these pants are a little bit too big for me, but it works to hide some of my curves and whatnot because I am a woman. So these pants work for my steampunk look. And finally, the piece de resistance, the jacket. And all I did to this was paint the buttons a little bit blue. It's beautiful, and I treasure it, and I just need to pet it all the time. It feels so nice wearing it, and I wish I could have made smarter business decisions with my life, but it's in my closet. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I already have it. I probably wouldn't have bought it today with the things that I know now, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And now we're just gonna quickly go over all the little other accents and details that I have. We have the holster, which you guys have already seen. We have a little necklace that I have, as well as a fishy earring that I put on my gauge. I have a bracelet that I wear on my right hand, and on my left hand I have the bracer, as well as the gas mask and the holster strap for the gun, the sword gun. That's what it is. And I do have to admit it turned out beautiful. I don't know why my camera is doing this, but I just thought I would go with it anyways. And now, for the final reveal against a terrible background. Look at me and my awkward self. Look at you go. I think this steampunk cosplay turned out great, and I'm also really noisy. I'm noisy. I like it. Yes. I think I should stop. What's that? Continue? Okay. Why do I like how much noise this all makes? Like, this is really just... The only thing I didn't really think about yet, because I just wanted to get this done, was how I'm going to connect this. So let's just try now. I mean, like, if I was in a battle situation, this would not be very useful, but, I mean, for cosplay, keeps it on there. That probably looks terrible, but I'm done. So if you want to make sounds every move you make, I think this cosplay is for you. Please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot, and I hope this video helped you in your journey to make a steampunk cosplay. Of course, not everyone is going to have access to the same things that I have, so that's why I didn't really make this a full tutorial. I wanted to give you guys some creative freedom and just see what I did and go off that. If you're curious to see what I do with my awkward life, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at xxksenpaiXX, and you'll also be updated on whether or not I upload a video or not, because I get busy. Anyways, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.